What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mongoli Show. Today we're taking a look at One Battle After Another. This is the newest movie from Paul Thomas Anderson. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio Del Toro, Teyana Taylor, Chase Infinity. It's got an absolutely stacked cast. Now, I am not the biggest Paul Thomas Anderson fan. I've seen a couple of his movies. There's a bunch where I saw the trailer and just said, no, thank you. Even the ones I've seen, I don't really love that much. But always gets the best out of his performers. All of his movies are technically incredibly well done. They're just not necessarily my cup of tea. You can't really deny that There Will Be Blood is a masterpiece in acting when it comes to Paul Dano and Daniel Day-Lewis. And it's the same thing here. I think Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Teyana Taylor, Chase Infinity, who I don't know from anything before this, and it sounds weird to say that name out loud, but IMDb says that's her name, so be it. All just like firing on all cylinders. Like they're all doing an absolutely incredible, stellar job in this movie. The movie looks incredible. The sound was really, really well done. I was just talking to a buddy who actually disagreed with me on that, but I'm going to disagree with him very heavily on this. I think the sound was incredible in this movie. The music did such a great job of building the tension, but also relieving the tension when the parts were over and you could relax and breathe again. This movie is incredibly tense. It is not for everybody, and quite frankly, it is going to piss some people off. Now, we're not going to get into spoilers, and we're going to try and stay as far away from politics as possible, but this is an incredibly political movie, and if you're not on the same side the director is, you're going to have a bad time. So just be aware of that. The movie stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Teyana Taylor as revolutionaries. They are attacking the system. Sean Penn is a colonel for the military. He is the antagonist in this film, and he does a pretty stellar job of it. You really do hate this character. There's a lot of character names and whatnot in this movie that are a little bit ridiculous. In fact, Sean Penn's character is Colonel Lockjaw. You just have to ride with this. A lot of the names are really silly. Just go with it. So be it. This movie does kind of bang you over the head with its message. It's not very subtle, and it does portray a lot of the characters as being kind of ridiculous farces of themselves as opposed to being actual characters. Again, not really my style, but I know Paul Thomas Anderson's a well-loved director, so there's probably a lot of people out there who will say very strong things about this movie or say they really enjoyed it. It's just not really for me. Anyways, the movie starts off with Leonardo DiCaprio and Teyana Taylor as revolutionaries. You see them doing their thing, going around until stuff gets a little bit too real. She takes off and leaves Leonardo DiCaprio with their brand new baby. He raises it, and the movie jumps 16 years in the future where he is middle America. I forget where exactly he is, kind of a burnt out, stoned loser, raising this daughter who's actually pretty incredible. She's got her head on her shoulders pretty well. And Colonel Lockjaw, Sean Penn's character, starts coming after them again, and that's where the movie really takes off. It's a phenomenal tour de force as far as tension goes, as far as action goes. I just don't know that I care about any of the characters in this movie. Most of them are, as I said, kind of whimsical farces of real characters. They don't come across as very realistic, and so it's a little bit hard to get into their shoes. You definitely, again, this movie either came out exactly when it was supposed to or at a really, really rough time. I'm not 100% sure, but considering the climate in America, for the record, I'm Canadian, so I'm just sort of witnessing from afar. Considering the climate in America surrounding Charlie Kirk's death and the president and people in his cabinet calling for violence against the left because the left is the party of violence, having a movie about left-leaning radicals inciting violence coming out right now, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting what the general take is on this one, but I don't know. It seems poorly planned. But of course, nobody knew that was going to happen. So anyways, I don't want to stay on that too long, but just know that there might be some triggering stuff in this, and it might be one you want to stick away from. If what I'm saying sounds too political, this movie will be too political for you. Let's just put it that way, and we'll leave it at that. But from a technical standpoint, music, incredible. Cinematography had some incredible imagery. There's some stuff near the end that I won't go into, but earlier on in the movie, there's a scene where they're running across rooftops, and you can kind of see what's happening on the street based off of the other buildings, like the lights bouncing off the other buildings and whatnot. Absolutely incredible looking scene. Looked so good. Really enjoyed it. Acting, incredible. Leonardo DiCaprio brings it like he always does. Chase Infinity's an actress that I don't know much about. I can't think of anything else that I've seen her in, but I really liked her performance. I'd love to see more from her. Benicio Del Toro, maybe my favorite part of this movie. He's not in a ton of it, but what he is in, he does a really solid job with, and I really liked his character. Sean Penn, you kind of love to hate him, but he's so ridiculous that it's even hard to do that. Like, if they'd made his character more, not relatable, but realistic, maybe, but they're so clearly just taking shots at the right that it's just kind of like, okay, I see what you're trying to do. I just don't care for it. You do your thing. As far as a score for this one, I don't know that I can give it a great score, or I don't know how to score it, I guess is what I'm going to say, because it is so expertly made, but at the same time, it is just straight up not for me. I won't watch this one again. I can't imagine a scenario where I will, but should you see it in theaters? Should you rent it on Netflix? Should you watch it on Netflix? Should you just skip this one entirely? I think it's a Netflix film. I think there's gonna be enough people who do enjoy this movie, and maybe with a little bit more, when the cultural zeitgeist calms down a little bit, that's not the right term, but like when the temperature in America calms down a little bit, maybe it'll be a little bit of an easier watch. But right here, right now, I would say maybe check it out on Netflix, and then you're not out any money, and if you're just really not enjoying it, turn it off. The first 20 minutes or so for this movie were absolutely not for me. Didn't care for it one bit. I'm glad I stuck around. The movie got better. I did enjoy it by the end, but not enough to give this a recommendation. Check it out on Netflix. See if you enjoy it. You can turn it off if you don't, that's fine. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, hit the like button. It does help out the channel quite a bit, and hit subscribe if you want to see more great content like this. I'd love to see you in another video. We do a lot of fun stuff on this channel, including trailer reactions, movie reviews, and I've got a podcast with a couple of buddies where we take a movie franchise and break it down. So if you want to see any of that, hit subscribe so that I see you in the next one.